Hello and welcome back to Let Jill Talk, or if you're brand new, welcome. Still gotta work on that intro, sorry. I'm a little out of it because today I am recording this on Sunday of Daylight Savings Time, so even though I got an extra hour's sleep for some weird reason, I just feel really tired. I saw Ragnarok last night, so that was fun. So I guess I'm a little tired from that even though I came back home. Not that late, honestly, so I don't know. Sorry if I'm acting a little tired, but I'm trying to convey a serious tone because today I do have a very serious topic I do want to talk about because the past few weeks, other than the whole things going on with Trump and what's going on in the rest of the world with North Korea and everything else, I think one of the other big things that's happening right now in the world is obviously sexual harassment, and I was debating for a while if I wanted to talk about it because this was kind of a serious topic, and I think for the time being, Let You Talk has kind of been like a little bit more goofy, or at least focusing on not that much serious topics, but I kind of do have a say because last week a lot of people that I have some movies I've seen from some of these people have now been of course, under investigation or now have allegations against them about the sexual harassment, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna say my piece on it. This isn't gonna be a full-on discussion of it. This isn't gonna be something it's gonna be for an opinionated piece. It's just my thoughts on it because honestly, once you go into the weeds of sexual harassment, let me just start generally. Generally speaking, sexual harassment is horrible. It's disgusting, and anyone who does it is what's the correct term I could say here? Because I don't want to curse out that much lately. It's a swine. It's a swine. Whoever does that is mostly horrible. People who want to use their status as a celebrity to kind of get that extra step, which is horrible. I don't like it. When everything started with Weinstein, almost a month ago. Jesus, almost a month ago. It was something that I honestly wasn't expecting. The whole world was blindsided by it. Like, no one was expecting this. And this sort of just started a movement of women who were silenced over the many decades or years saying that, no, there's been more of this and we need to talk about it. And it really does suck. Now again, this is why I didn't want to talk about this, because the way someone words something is a difficult thing to talk about, because incorrect wording can mean you could be negatively effective, and I'm just talking about myself here. That's why I'm a little bit horrible in terms of picking out my words. Sometimes it just comes to mind, and then I say something wrong, I gotta retract it, and sometimes the message is out there. And it was a mistake. So I apologize if I'm going back a little bit, because I want to correctly say what I want to say without it being not what I meant to say, if you understand what that means. So yeah, it sucks that some of these actors, directors, producers that have done so many great films, these things are coming out, but in all honesty, they shouldn't be doing this. I mean, just because a lot of things are kept in the dark back then doesn't mean it's appropriate to do it, because majority, if not all, of these allegations are coming out to men, obviously. So the women that are coming out telling their stories, they have the right, because they should not be harassed. Just because they're attractive or stuff like that does not mean a celebrity should be using their status to get something with them, because the act of love, in my opinion, is something where two people are truly in love, or if in the case of today's culture, if you think you're both hot and you both like each other, and then you bone. But in this case, you're not supposed to do it because you're forcing yourself upon, another person. And of course, obviously, that's a horrible thing. You should never be doing that. It always should be a consensual agreement between two people, and it's just horrible. I'm sorry if I'm repeating horrible. I just don't want to start saying bad words lately. It just feels so horrible. I'm doing it again. I just feel disgusted by the way everything's been turning out. Like, the last allegation I heard prior to this video was Brett Brenard, who directed the Rush Hour trilogy, which I love the Rush Hour trilogy. It's something me and my dad hold dear, and now that's been a little bit tainted since, he's supposed... Now, here's the thing. A good amount of these are allegations, a good amount of these you have evidence. Again, like I said before, because... Well, I never said this before, but what I mean to say is that one has to not only have the verbal evidence, you also have to have some sort of physical evidence. Because, granted, verbal evidence is a good thing. Having witness accounts is a great thing as well. But, however, in certain cases, you need to have some sort of physical evidence. And I guess that's a little bit hard since some of these allegations are way older, pre the social media, pre-cell phone, so there isn't, like, the opportunity. I mean, it sounds horrible, but there's always two sides to a story. But the problem is with that story, with these sides, is that one tells the version of they're the victim, and the other one said these are raw. And it's like, sometimes you don't know what's the truth, because there have been cases, not celebrity said, but there have been cases where people have accused other people of doing something horrible to them, and sometimes they eventually come out later, although I just lied to for whatever stupid reason they have. So it gets a little bit, in the weeds of things, like who's telling the truth. Is it just for popularity reasons? Is this a real story? It really gets difficult, because I am respecting the fact that a lot of women are coming out telling their stories about these horrible things that these people, celebrities, have done to them. I am happy these are coming out. It's cleaning out who is the honest people in Hollywood and who are, sadly, the not honest people in Hollywood. And while that is great, you have to realize it sucks saying this, because not every story is legitimate. Not every story is something honest. I'm sorry to say that. Because there have been a lot of cases, publicly and unpublicly, or, you know, high profile, not high profile, where people have lied before because of their own selfish reasons, and it really does suck. And you always have to, it's a case-by-case type thing, so every single person that gets an allegation, every single case is handled differently from the rest. It's not like, okay, what she says is legitimate, because here's the thing, I know, again, this is why I didn't want to talk about it, because anything I say right now kind of would, you know, mark me as something, but I'm just saying, it's, for me, I've learned over the years that whoever tells the truth is, sometimes knowing if someone tells the truth is very difficult, because, of course, there are actors, there are actresses, there are people who can tell convincing stories, and it gets a little difficult to figure out what's the correct story, what isn't the correct story. And it just makes it hard, and for some reason, it can damage someone's career if they didn't do it or not. There have been stories where people have, like, for example, the Michael Jackson, not the Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, he had, of course, everyone knows about back in the 90s and the early 2000s, there was, of course, the child molestation charges, and, of course, Michael Jackson was cleared of them. But, however, just because he was found not guilty of those allegations, it doesn't mean the damage has been done. He had taken a big hit during that time period with his mental health, his finances, his public image, everything. So just because someone's not guilty doesn't mean exactly it's going to come unclear. Once an accusation or an allegation comes out for anyone in the high profile world of popularity, anything that comes out, there's going to be obviously some people that are immediately going to believe it's true because they want to jump on board of that, and they will do anything they can to make people believe, no, this is the truth, regardless what the verdict is, regardless what's the outcome, and it doesn't really matter. And it just becomes a little bit hazy. Now, so far from what I've seen, there have been some minor instances, like from what I can remember, I can't remember. There's been way too many people coming out with these, so it kind of gets hard to keep track of them. I know Kevin Spacey just got fired from Netflix because of his allegation that his show House of Cards is canceled, or at least indefinitely delayed. Brett Renner's movie's canceled. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in Hollywood right now, and I don't think it's going to stop for at least a couple of weeks, maybe even a few, because it's kind of like well, again, I don't know these terms, I don't know these fancy terms, but there's something out there where even a good thing can lead to a bad thing. So even though it's great, it's amazing that these stories are coming out, that these people, these swines, I'll call them for the rest of this video, are finally what they've been doing in the dark, what they've been doing behind closed doors is finally coming out, because this should not be happening. You should not be sexually harassing anyone. You should not be raping anyone. You shouldn't be doing anything, because that's a horrible act. I hate people. I hate people who do that, because it just means you're not a nice person. You're not a great person. And especially in the world of actors and actresses where they're whole in such high regards, a lot of people consider them as role models, and it hurts at the end of the day for those people because they're I'm trying to figure out what the word is. Their idol is not what they conceive to be, and it hurts them. And I know that's not really an important thing to say. It's just for them. That is their whole world. Some people love a certain actor, actress, singer, band, whatever, and then when something bad happens to them or something like negatively towards them happen, it hurts them because like, why are people hating on this? Well, in this case, it's an exception because, well, these people did bad things to other people and they were completely unpunished for years to decades, and it's just good at the end that, you know, this is coming out. It's good. It's great that these are coming out, and I respect the women who are telling their story, who are telling the public, to warning them that this does exist in Hollywood. And, well, it did exist in Hollywood, not on this grand scale that we're seeing right now. And so we're kind of going through like a little bit of a cleanse or a purge or whatever you want to say right now on these actors who have done these sort of things to other to people, and it does hurt because especially the people I've seen their movies directly, so I do have like some sort of attachment to them, and it does hurt in a sense that this does suck that these are, but they're gonna get their just dues. They're gonna get their just dues. They're gonna get what's coming to them, and I really hope this does tell anyone who is going to do these acts like, no. These are going to eventually come out in some shape or form. Whether it's the day afterwards or in a decade afterwards, it's going to come out because not everyone can be silenced forever. We all have the freedom of speech, and we all have the right to be safe in the world. There shouldn't be any sort of damage or threat to them. Kind of a weird video, but yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about that. I can go longer. I just don't want to. But, yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this very serious episode of Let Joe Talk. I might do more of these, who knows. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video. Please favorite the video. Please share the video with your friends. If you like more Let Joe Talk, please subscribe to the channel. There's a brand new episode every Thursday. And, yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. So have a good week, as always, and I'll see you guys next week.